anything that's got lots. Oh, and I wanted to talk about fucking Darktide quickly, like because the full game released, and it's a real disappointment. It's a real disappointment. The
But you
beta was
like
about.
it.
Oh, I love the game,
But it's not
and
a
I
full
love
game
playing the
yet.
game. But it's an early access game that's been sold. They prioritized an in-game store over keeping their promises, to have 70 weapons on release, and along with the classes. There's bugs that ruin certain perks and classes and traits and such that haven't been tended to. The optimization is awful. It crashes a ton for a lot of people. Obviously, I've fixed those issues with a very expensive PC, but not everybody can do that. And worst of all, this is the scummiest thing. Like they are, maybe it's changed since this afternoon, but they promised it was going to be a day one release on the what's the thing Xbox has where you get the game pass, the game pass or whatever.
Okay.
But it's not on there, and that's what they're referring to as crossplay, by the way. If you bought the thing on the game pass on PC, because this game is not on Xbox, and if they ever get to run on the Xbox, I'll be surprised. There's so many Xbox guys on their subreddit being like, hey, I can't find it on the game pass, where's it at, guys? Do you have to like go through a folder? And they're like, oh, you poor little man. Were you thinking today was the day that you would be able to play the game with us? No. No, they think
shitty.
They say someday, soon, you'll be able to play with us. And
isn't the Xbox like the most like this new Xbox, like the most powerful console ever by a lot?
Yeah, the
and
Xbox
it can't handle it.
Well, I don't know if it can't handle it or if they just haven't gotten around to getting that all sorted. But they promised that it would be like right after the PC versions. That's another like lie if it's not on there. But it not being on the pass for PC users is nonsense. And they said that for some reason, if you bought the game on Game Pass, utilizing that being able to get it for free, that's cross-platform play. They're saying to play with Steam PC players, even though you're both on PC. And that doesn't work, they're saying. I've read that doesn't work, that the PC players, the Steam players can't play with, or the PC players on Steam can't play with the ones who bought it on Game Pass, which is a huge fuck up as well, if that's true. And it's the whole thing's a bit disappointing that
you think they should have pushed it back more because it's still clearly not done?
The worst part, I think, is that they've got that monetization's just right in there, right off the bat, working perfectly. Like it's like, oh, you can go right over here right away, and you can like spend your real money and buy coins. And of course, the coins aren't spent in round numbers, so you always have to buy more because you've got leftover coins. Bullshit. Meanwhile, they don't have the full features in the game, like the crafting. You can't craft weapons still. They don't have their weapon crafting in. There's still no leaderboard. Like it's real annoying.
I bought the expensive version of the game, which was only $60, I think, but it came with 3,000 coins. So I'm like, oh, I'm gonna come into this game rich. 3,000 coins is fuck all coins. That's like I suck, and I can earn that many coins in 40 minutes, maybe. Go ahead, Kyle. Am I wrong? Do I have this off?
So there's like 4 kinds of currency in the game. So you could be off or on at the same time, but I didn't pay too much attention to it. I had a lot of like the coin you get from missions that you use to buy weapons in that store. I had a lot of that coin. So while they did give me a boost of it that seemed significant, I didn't really notice how much. I think the coins that you might get are the coins you spend in that cosmetic store that are like comparable to real money, that you have to buy them with real money. I think that's what
there's
those
two
coins
types
are for.
Of coins.
That's like $20. I think it's like a $10 or $20 value of that if it's 3,000 coins in that store.
Maybe
15 maybe.
Yeah.
But you can go in there and you can buy like some really cool gear. The stuff that you earn to wear by doing hard things in the game pales in comparison to what $15 will get you. Yeah. I've got a golden skull mask, and fucking like my character's got huge shoulder pads with scrolls rolling off of her everywhere. Cool. Yeah, it's awesome. So no, I love the game.
Low price of $15.
Yeah, I love the game, and it's like I've been psyched about it forever. And it's like, oh, it doesn't run well. Well, we'll need a new PC. But not everybody can.
Kyle's about $4,100 into this game so far.
Yeah,
And there's no leaderboard, and some of the maps don't work apparently. Like
yeah, they added 3 maps. The
sucked.
difference between here's the thing: the difference between the beta, like the early access beta, and the full release is 3 maps, and I don't remember what else.
That's not a good sign.
No,
And all those
it's
seemingly
frustrating.
little things they could have fixed aren't fixed. Really disappointing.
Yeah,
Very disappointing. After
Yeah.
being delayed like almost a year to just not fucking get it together in time for release.
yeah. I don't know. I don't know if you blame the developers or it's really frustrating when they've got like their mouthpiece, who's like their representative, who's just outright lying for them.
Mhm.
His job must suck because they're hitting him with like screenshots. They're like, dude, you said this, and now it's that. Like,
Is he getting like 402'd?
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
I never
So,
402. Was that a 420 reference?
No, he was the original community manager, wasn't he? For Call of Duty?
Yeah. But
yeah,
how do
but
you
you're
think he
asking what
chose
the
his name?
significance of 402 is. I always assumed
I thought it was an area code.
like an LA area code or something like that. That maybe meant something to other people, but not to me.
Yeah, he basically got roasted. I am like the Call of Duty community managers would be able to weather the Vermintide storm like it was, a drizzle.
Mm-hmm.
I would imagine, just based on how big the games were. Those guys got harassed so bad, the Call of Duty guys. And they never, what I remember with like JD 2020 and 402 is they would like not do the thing that like some community managers do now, which is like, sorry, everyone, this is the situation. We apologize for the delay. And that's all we can say for now. Back then, they'd be like responding to individuals like, I know you're upset. I'm sorry about this. And they're like, so you do admit there's a problem. Like doing that kind of shit.
Yeah.
It's like, oh
Then what are you apologizing for?
yeah, if
Like-
you didn't do anything wrong, don't apologize.
We got him, boys.
We thought we made him think apologizing was a good faith measure. No, it was an admission of guilt. now he knows we hate him.
Yeah,
It
so
was
very
so fucking
disappointing.
toxic.
So all of that stuff I said is very disappointing. I'm sure in time some of it will be addressed, but I would hold off on buying it if you don't have like a cutting edge PC, or you care about any of that stuff I mentioned that's just not in the game. It's still an early access game, and I'm okay with that, but I doubt you shouldn't be.
Yeah. Needing a cutting edge PC to even play it marginally is bullshit. That's ridiculous.
I don't know why it's so far behind schedule because they delayed it by a year.
Mm-hmm.
I've been on software projects and I swear half of it gets written in the last month. And I think that's what happened. They're like, oh, it's not fucking done. All right, you have 12 more months. I'm hearing 11 months vacation.
Yeah.
And another month to get it done.
Oh, let me give them credit for one thing though. Everyone, a big complaint from the beta players early on, the earliest versions of the beta, was that the weapons didn't have like very detailed statistics for them. They just had this generic number assigned to them along with their rarity. They just had a number that's 250, 327. Nobody knew what that fucking meant. And they were like, well, that number is being divvied up into those yellow bars. Those yellow bars need numbers on them, and I need to know exactly what each one of those bars represent. And they're like, why? It's like, dude, do you like the mod that I used to play on Vermintide showed me such nitty gritty stuff down to decimal points, repeating. And so like they did that. So now when you inspect a weapon, it breaks down like how much damage it does to every enemy in the game on the various difficulties, all of its weapon combos, what it's good at, how those numbers are being integrated into various traits of that weapon, and then explaining what those traits are. Imagine that. They did all of that in the last month or two. But I can see little things where like there's an ability in the game where it's like, hey, would you like a second charge of your power? It's like, yeah, I would. It's clear that initially it was 3 charges because the visual for that little, whatever you call it, has 3 little dots instead of 2. And like they just haven't gone back to fix that because either they don't know or they're working so hard that they haven't gotten to it. I don't fucking know. It's frustrating though.
Probably the people that can fix the code and the people that can fix the artwork are different people.
I would think so. So like, what's the artwork guy doing today,
Yeah.
Not
right
this.
now. I mean, he's in Oslo right now asleep, but like when he wakes up in a few hours, what's he gonna fucking do?
Not add a scorecard, not add a
Make a map.
not make a map. Certainly no jungle maps, apparently.
Any pussy who like gets bit butthurt over a goddamn scoreboard and doesn't see that as motivation to improve yourself shouldn't be playing a goddamn video game. Like you need a fantasy world.
Yeah.
Like the fantasy world that the rest of us normies go to was too fucking hard for you. So you need a fantasy inside of that fantasy world where like the made up numbers don't even matter.
Every time you get a kill, there's like a VO that's like, wow. Like, oh, nice. Great. You're the best.
This game is appealing to me. I want compliments with every kill.
Call of affirmations over here.
Call of affirmations.
And the game is too hard. I want it to be sort of a field where I just take down flowers.
Yeah, I want the game to be brutally difficult if I want it to be, and I want it to make me feel bad because I am bad, and then I want
with
to
every
try
kill
hard
I
and
should
improve.
get compliments and rainbows sprouting from the dead flower.
It'll work. People won't like that though. People want brutality. They want to see how many specials they killed. We don't have to talk about the scorecard again because we've all gone off on the scorecard
for so many times.
It's not just this game, and it's not just score. It's like all games. They did. I think Battlefield 2042 did something similar where they like did something funky to the scoreboard to appease, the people who play a 45-minute game of Battlefield and don't actually get anything done.
How do you play a whole game? I mean, that's how I would play Battlefield. Like I played once at a friend's house, like whatever one came out in like 2006, and it was just first thing I noticed is the dude breathes like I would breathe when I was running. This guy must have skipped cardio and then like futzed his way through boot camp because the guy used to go and you could hear the clunk, and I remember the movement of the guy running, and all I did was just like run up to a building and get blown up by an IED and then teleport 300 yards away and then huff and puff to my next death. That game sucks. Never got into Battlefield.
It's better if you play
It's not
with friends.
because I was bad.
No, there must be another explanation.
It's because I'm too good for it. And
that's exactly
something. Yeah.
So many games I've been too good
It's because
for.
my talents are better utilized elsewhere. That's why.